and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode of Alignment Shift. I am joined this week by a bunch of maniacal cackling hyenas, starting with Mackenzie.
Hi.
I got Steven, Peggy,
Hi.
I think we've lost our
Kayla,
Yeah. Don't
Hi.
AJ,
Yo.
What?
George.
I don't know what's happening.
You know what?
You were
I'm not really
heckling
sure
maniacal.
Kayla.
Hello?
Kayla.
Yeah, you already did Kayla.
Oh, did I? Oh, and
Yeah.
There
whoever
is
this,
two of me.
and whoever this guy
Oh
is.
no.
There's two Kaylas. Oh no!
You don't want two Kaylas?
So,
Also,
I don't
there's two
think the world
Kaylas.
can handle it.
picking up where we left off last week, the party had returned or had finalized the battle against Salvador and his traveling oddities. Having been revealed to be a demon, he was thwarted, his forces defeated, and his caged oddities revealed to be nothing more than cursed members of Sapala's. Can anyone hear me really well?
Yeah, I'm here. We can hear you.
I only just now realized my mic's like 5 feet away from me.
You should turn your
Oh,
camera
sorry.
on, but we can hear you.
Having realized that they were all cursed individuals, through the process of looting his tent, the party found an altar upon which was a chained orb of light. Through some trial and experimentation, an oil of etherealness was applied to Glaive Van Alta, who entered a split plane between the ethereal plane and the mundane plane, able to see both realms, and was able to see not only the orb situated on the spark situated on its pedestal, but hundreds of spirits surrounding it, and chained to the orb was none other than the Prince of Undeath himself, Orcus. Making a quick decision, Glaive bargained with the Prince of Undeath to not cause unjust harm to the party if Glaive sent him back to his plane, uh, receiving what he would consider a satisfactory remark from a demon. I was a banishment that you cast.
Yes, sir.
Cast banishment upon Orcus, casting him back into the Nine Hells, releasing the spark from the plinth. At this point, it was revealed that the spark was none other than the spark of the Raven Queen, which was taken to a shrine nearby, one recognized by Peggy, who also oiled herself up for one last goodbye with Daniel.
Okay.
The orb was placed in the spirits in the realm of waiting, crossed over to the other side. The rest of the party and the etherealness waning left the tent, pockets fuller, and everyone crying, Sapala running out, were once again met by members of the Null Brigade. A group of elves had surrounded the tent and enforced an anti-magic field. However, as a member of the Tal'Dorei Council, the official rank is slipping my mind, and I don't have that book open at the moment, who had been at the meeting with Elena, believed their story, seeing the demon head being carried by Oldores, and has pledged the support of Tal'Dorei's military to Elena and the rest of the party when the shit hits the fan. The party returned to the grove, relaxed, identified some objects, had some good conversations, and that is where we left off. So, we shall begin today's session with the party awakening the next morning to a cacophony of crashes in the library as some carnies don't make the best house guests.
Oh boy.
Well, they're loud. They're glad they're not my people.
Excuse me?
Oh, this is me in my room. You don't hear me.
I'm gonna go ahead and get up and make myself presentable, head on down, real calm like. Then I'm gonna drink loudly from this can.
Like I'm there.
So immersive.
I'm gonna go get breakfast.
Okay. So, is everyone going to go get breakfast, I assume?
I suppose.
No, I had
I'm gonna go check on the carnies in the library.
All right. So you make your way downstairs to the library, and the previous members of Gargle, Gimp, and Gangle are in there loudly attempting to reorganize a bookshelf that appears to have been knocked forward a little bit. The books thrown from the wall and upon the floor, and are hurriedly putting them back in as the rest of the people are kind of running around in circles. What it looks like to you more, as you step in, a almost immediate smile comes over your face as it reminds you of the atmosphere of the march on Salvador when you first evicted him from your town. The almost sigh of relief people have after oppression. They are just having fun. The young boy who had just a day before been nothing more than a transfigured lion cub is still running around the room, his mother yelling at him to slow down or you'll knock over another bookshelf as his father struggles to put the books back on the shelf.
Did I ever get that kid's name? I can't remember if I did.
It was Aaron.
Ah, that's right.
Aaron Langhouse.
I call him over to me and I say, "Good morning, Aaron."
Tapala, feeling better?
Yeah, good night's rest made me feel quite better. And
Sorry,
it seems like you're. Go
sorry
ahead.
about the bookshelf. My mom
Oh,
told
it's
me to tell
okay.
you.
You seemed quite rambunctious this morning.
My dad let me have a sip of coffee.
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 Will you have some coffee? Did you eat
Coffee.
anything for breakfast yet?
Coffee.
Did
I
you
like
eat anything
coffee.
for breakfast? Yes.
He's looping. You might have to
Did
shake
you
him a little.
did you eat anything for breakfast?
Yes.
Coffee.
I'm sorry.
Coffee.
Oh, the track is
You-
skipping.
We've
You-
lost
you-
her.
You see his mother in the background just,
What have I done?
and the biggest smile on Eric Langhouse's face.
There's a lovely garden out back if y'all would like to go outside. I don't know if y'all would enjoy that a little more.
Eric finishes putting one of the books on the shelf. Yes, I feel that more open environment might be the best place for now.
And there's a pond. You could wade in the water if you'd like.
Can I have another cup of coffee?
Let's that's enough coffee.
Let's
I actually think we're
not
out.
yet. Yes, quite. Come along, Aaron. And Eric begins to lead him outside as everyone else kind of trickles around the room, continuing to clean up the mess.
Y'all have a good morning, and I go and join the rest of the party.
Hey, I was right. It is Eric. I'm like, I swear it's Eric, but I couldn't find the name. There it is.
Very,
is Eric.
very quickly in this morning. I mean, quickly in derogatory term. It's gonna take 2 hours, but I'm gonna finish scribing telekinesis into my book.
Okay, so Xavier is noticeably missing from breakfast.
So is Oldoris.
Oldora is noticeably missing from breakfast. So Vale, Sapala, Elena, and Glaive find yourself in the main dining hall downstairs. As a door opens in the kitchen, and a number of plates, about 5 inches off the ground, begin marching toward the table. You all look and watch as it very slowly clink, 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 makes its way over to the table, and then the first plate goes, clatters on the ground, the food kind of scatters, and a very exhausted looking fairy beneath it
Do you
looks
need
up
some
at the
help?
looks up at the table.
Do you need some help?
I'll go lift it up for them.
Yeah.
As you begin to lift it up, it grabs onto the edge, gets pulled up to the table. As you place it on the table, it sits down, grabs one of the berries off the table.
It's so cute.
And then another one bumps into Vale's leg. Boom.
I help it up.
Are you gonna help all the fairies
Yeah.
or pixies?
No.
Yeah.
So,
Hold
Elena.
that thought. I cast animate objects,
Oh no.
and I help all of them.
Oh my gosh.
What are we what 8 objects are we animating?
Yes.
Oh, you think that I'm gonna be subtle with this? No,
Mm.
no. I have 7 spell. I hate my mouth.
I had them have in my mouth.
I need to move this quickly. Holy shit!
Oh,
I just went.
Sorry.
I went to take a drink I went to take a drink of my soda. It is empty, and the next thing, the thing next to it is a bottle of lavender mineral oil. I made.
Go for it. Pound it.
That's gonna come right out the other end.
Is this wine or perfume? It's perfume.
Oh, right. So 2, 4. So I can animate an additional. All right, total of 12 objects. Are these all considered tiny?
Oh yeah. I assume you're referring to the plates.
Yes. So I can manipulate 20 plates.
Maybe I should eat in my room.
Or s-
I was
Oh, you're
thinking
gonna
that
miss the
one
show.
was not done.
So you animate 20 plates.
I animate whatever is necessary.
So 20.
So suddenly, the plates of all the fairies that are coming into the room sprout arms and legs practically. They're various pieces twisting and bending into forms of bipedal movement, still holding their food like portly men with their bellies sticking out. They carry the food upright. And begin climbing toward the table. The fairies that have been carrying them jump back suddenly, and then they chase after the food, running as it jumps up onto the table, and then assume their positions around the table as the 4 of you have breakfast amongst a horde of 20 rambunctious fairies. It is a very energetic atmosphere as food is flying back and forth across the table as they pelt each other in almost snowball fight fashion with berries.
This is our life now. I appreciate it.
He says as a berry smacks him in the side of the face.
All right, buddy. You want to play this game?
Glaive.
I take. No, I pick up 1 berry. I don't pick up a fistful.
Just buckshots this little fairy.
What? It's just some fun. How are you doing, Sapala? Hello?
I'm trying to think of how to answer this.
Oh, okay.
She
I
speaks.
am as alright as I can be.
I suppose I'll accept that answer. So, what is the next thing that we plan on doing? Elena, Vale, you guys have any ideas?
We were headed south back to
Yeah. Masuta. The Hanyo side.
lower, souther.
Who's the
I can't-
Hanyo Sai?
I can't remember the name.
Strong
I
people.
told you.
They're
You guys
humanoid.
never told me anything about
can only think
Hanyo
of-
Sai.
That village from Zelda, and that's not it.
Kakariko?
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of.
Probably.
That's not it.
That's not it.
But it is the Hanyo side that you're talking about.
That's the
No.
people, not the place.
Well, yes, but
Hanyo-sai
Masuda's village.
is the
Capital.
well, the Hanyo-sai is not the nice people actually.
Mm-hmm.
true.
Is the mean frog people.
So yeah, going to deal with
I'm
that.
going to be off for just a second.
The Bullywog?
The Bollywog!
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Bollywog.
So you
Bullywog.
want to head back down to the last village if it's still standing.
Yeah.
Yes, they haven't been taken over. Have you spoken to Masuta Vale?
I haven't.
There's, we could also go to Wildmount or Marquette. Or back to Vasselheim or Amon.
There's probably some stuff I should explain.
You feel comfortable to.
Well, some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know. Some stuff. So I am from Wildmount. And Salvador, who we fought, killed my family. I had parents and a younger brother. I was very little. It wasn't any time recently, but I was raised by my granny, which some of y'all know. I don't know if all of y'all do, but whatever. And she was also murdered by Salvador. And that happened because I was raised in the forest away from the village. I went back to the village and all the people I ever knew were starving. And so I led a revolt against Salvador. It was peaceful. We didn't harm anybody. He did, however. And I had a lot of people die that shouldn't have. And I feel a little bit responsible for that. Anyways, he wanted me dead. And the deal was he would lower the taxes and he would save the people if I died in their place. So that was the plan. However, the villagers knocked me out and sent me to Taldori on a boat. And that's how I ended up here. And I had a warrant, or not a warrant?
A bounty.
Bounty, thank you.
So
I had a bounty.
that's what happened with those people in Whitestone.
It was my fault.
Not your fault.
I shouldn't have left. I should have died.
I understand that.
And I didn't die. Therefore, it's my fault. There were a lot of people who suffered, and a lot of people who died, and people who.
But there are a lot of people that you save.
And they're free now.
Yes, but. So many people died, and it was my fault. I should have just died. That should have been what happened.
Death doesn't discriminate.
Between the sinners and the saints.
Out.
It worked, okay? It worked.
Okay. Hello.
We're having a
Hello.
moment. We're having a moment.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But you're alive now so that you can help and save more people. There's a reason you didn't die.
Yes, but a young man, basically a teenager, was tortured and killed because of me. And then my granny was murdered because of me, alongside my parents and my younger brother. And so many other people that I could have saved if I just would have died.
You can't blame Salvatore's choices and his hate and anger on yourself.
Yeah, he was
His-
literally a demon. There's no reason that he would have honored that deal.
He would have hurt you and hurt them. Fortunately, corrupt people do corrupt things.
I don't know if I deserve to be happy
Everyone
and to
deserves-
have people like you around me
I can tell you that I am.
if I sacrificed people
You
for my life.
You didn't sacrifice people. You were going to give your life up, and they made the decision to send you away. They made that decision because they were not willing to see you die after you did everything that you could for them. You did what you had to do as a leader, and they made the decision for you. And they saved you so that you could save them again and save more people.
I should have gone back.
You were scared. Everyone's allowed to be scared. Everyone's allowed to be afraid, but it's what you do with that that defines you as who you are. You could have left them in that carnival. You could have ignored them, but you didn't. You ran after them.
Y'all were supposed to stay, by the way. We're not supposed to leave the house.
Yeah,
I
but
was-
that
That's a whole
wasn't gonna
nother
happen.
discussion.
I was
Well,
in the council meeting, so. But
Again, the fact that you think that we were going to do that and sacrifice you is laughable.
A little insulting,
Also,
honestly.
why don't we just take them back to their home and help them rebuild? I mean,
if
the
they
threat's
want to
gone,
go
right?
back,
No reason we can't.
they also may not want to go back, so we give them the
No.
choice.
they do.
This is, I don't know what they're thinking. It's an idea.
Well, I had already had this discussion with them.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, then we take them back. Make sure they get back.
oh gosh, what was his name? Sorry, hold on.
The boy.
No,
The man.
The
the
myth.
person.
The
that I
legend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where's my journal?
Hey, but those Hamilton lyrics worked, okay, guys? I don't want to hear it.
I didn't know we were making fun of anything specific, but take that.
No, no, no.
Oh.
We were. I was quoting.
It was next to my chair.
Nice. A good place to keep it in case you forget.
But then if you forget that it's in the chair, then not so much.
What was his name?
I'm gonna be a real life Eladian with these colors for my lights.
Oh, it was after that.
Sapala, you have a Sapala notebook?
Yeah.
I have 2 Sapala notebooks.
I have an
awesome.
Elena journal.
This is
Don't you have?
notes from the beginning, and then I have a new one.
We've all got a Sapala journal.
I have an
don't have a
Elena
Sapala
journal.
journal.
I have a DM
His
journal
You
filled
have a
with
couple
His name-
DM
nasty.
journals.
No,
I
it's-
have an obsession with DM journals. Which give me one
Yeah.
second. I need to grab one real quick.
But you got a really nice one from one of us
What's his name?
when we did Christmas.
I love how we can watch him in the reflection of his back door.
Yeah, right.
Go get his
I got
journal.
my Veil one.
Oh heck!
Well,
I
now I
forgot
have
about
to look at
those.
it because I'm a creep.
Now you have to get a journal.
Oh my gosh!
Everyone
don't-
put your
What's his
journals up.
name?
This
I
is
don't
my-
have a journal. I want
This
one.
is
This is my
get a
Xavier.
journal. This is a journal notebook. and
I
then
haven't
this
been
is-
able to find a good
Oh,
one that I like.
This is my
Feodor.
notebook.
Feodor.
I have a notebook and a journal.
I should probably use it more than I do.
I know that
I
name.
need to go find Feodor.
And
That
who
was his
is-
name.
Who is that?
Do you remember Feodor? He's the samurai dude that I met in,
Vasselheim.
that
He
one
was in
place.
Vasselheim, and we left
place.
him.
and his friend Aki, who is a bullywog.
We left him, didn't we?
Yes, we did, and I need him.
Wasn't that the guy that was supposed to train Vale?
yeah.
He did
He
train.
did train well.
Or did he? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I got a week-long crash course.
Yeah, because we were in Vasselheim for
Um,
a week.
he knows my people, or
Okay.
these people, and I
So-
think he would be good to take care of them
So we get.
in my stead.
So we send them and then meet them in Wild. Go get him and meet him in Wildmount.
I don't know where he's at.
Well, maybe Vale can use her scrying ball.
I've got it.
Can you give it back?
Can you give it back?
So can you give it back?
By the way, Vale,
Yes.
Keru.
Ah,
Cave
Cave Road.
Village.
That's what it was called. I knew that.
I
I
should
had
have
to find the right book. It's in a different notebook than the one I grabbed. That's
Well-
the year one stuff.
Just
Yeah.
wanted to see how long it would take everyone else to figure it out.
Anyways.
Sure.
What was I saying?
But he would be good for the
Fandor,
Findor.
you need to find him.
Yes. I had something else, and now I have forgotten.
Also, Kayla, look at your Facebook Messenger.
Oh, okay.
Hi there, Percy. Look at him in
He's
the
right
background.
behind you.
Dun dun.
Huh?
What'd you say?
Huh?
Hey!
Are you?
We're all just gonna
I
turn into
need to
Minecraft
look back at
villagers.
stuff.
Hold on.
Huh.
You're confused. I'm confused.
I'm confused.
I'm terribly depressed. Nice to meet you.
I don't know.
Well, I guess I could add to this confusion.
Anyways, while they figure that out, I
Yes.
have the orb to keep on, or to keep an eye on some of my own issues that I've been putting off for a while. I got a low throat there for a second.
Chew your food.
So I would rather not give it back at the moment.
What?
Okay, Elena?
Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
I have been using the scry orb to keep an eye on some things I've been putting off for a while. Is that alright?
Right? I mean, yeah.
So I would rather not give it back at the moment.
Okay.
Do you want to clarify, Sapala?
Takes a
I feel
pause
like an
out of his
idiot
throat.
now.
You're fine. I was
Yeah,
just sitting here. I'm like,
honestly,
okay.
I feel like I am.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, it's fine. I was actually enjoying watching that moment of clarity. That was entertaining for me.
Shoot. How? What am I even? Oh
It's
gosh.
like a light bulb moment, like ding. Oh yeah.
I'll pick up with what you were saying with Elena there in just 1 second. I want to know what Sapala's doing before we go too far away from her conversation.
How do I? I don't even know.
Would you be okay if you want? I can say that you didn't say what you said and just retcon it.
You only get one of those per game, though. That's not true.
That's not true.
Heck.
There's more to this story, folks.
Oh yeah. Oh heck.
She
Oh
lied
heck
to
and
us.
heck. I messed up big time.
That's why.
I forgot. Okay. You know what?
What did you
I
forget?
didn't say any of that.
Okay, yeah. Rewind 2 minutes.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, everyone.
What?
Suddenly, you feel purged of information from your mind. I swear, we just had a conversation. Everything we talked about is gone.
So Sapala has just finished telling you about the revolution that she led in the town. Hold on, I got to reread my backstory.
I know. Seriously though, I literally read this the other day. I can't believe I forgot. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. So, explain something real quick. Okay. So when I made a deal with Salvador, I went back to my people, and then I went. Anyways, I talked to Salvador, and I went to confront him, and my friend, his name was Radzig. His name was Radzig. He was only 19. He was a friend of mine. I knew him when I was young. And he was murdered and tortured by Salvador. And it was a trick
Oh.
because that's when he distracted me and went after Granny. Anyways, when I finally got to Granny and Salvador and confronting him, something happened. And Granny was almost at the end of her life. And she was just laying on the floor. And as I went to kill Salvador, obviously, because he was killing everybody, which is not cool. I wasn't strong enough. And gosh, where is it? I'm sorry.
Did I miss anything?
Not really.
Okay.
Fixing the timelines, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay. My brother is having an emotional night. He's a senior. This is his last day of band camp.
Ah.
All the best to him.
Makes sense.
So my mom had to get me.
I feel like I should just read this. It would make
Blade
more sense if I just read it.
Read it if you want.
All right. So the scene, I have set up the scene.
Oh boy.
Okay. Granny is dying. I'm fixing to heckin' fight Salvador. And
Heck yeah.
he's fixing to murderize me because I'm not strong enough, right? So, yeah.
Do you want me to read it?
Not okay. Yeah,
Okay.
just go ahead.
Where do you want me to start from?
Sapala crashed through the slightly ajar front door.
Sapala crashed. Sapala crashed through the. You all see a vision in your mind as Sapala describes the story. You see
Yeah.
unfolding before you. Sapala crashes through a slightly ajar front door. There he stood, Salvador, encased in his black iron armor. In a crumpled heap on the floor lay Granny, on her side, breathing heavily. Sapala let loose a mighty snarl and lunged for the Titan. As she jumped, he turned, surprising speed for such a heavily armored man, swinging a massive cudgel. It connected with Sapala's chest, sending her careening into a stone wall. She felt each of her ribs crack in her wolf form, forcibly shed from her. Sapala lay on the hot dirt floor in a momentary daze. Her head spun, and she tasted metal in her mouth. Lord Salvador walked to the open door and closed it, leaving Sapala between him and Granny. Well, little girl, you found your way to Granny's house, have we? He gloated, in a broken smile crossing his face. Did she promise you sweets? He set his cudgel against the door behind him, which groaned with the weight of it. From his back he withdrew a crossbow. Don't worry, little girl. I'll rid the world of this witch. He pointed the bow toward Granny, who was now pressed up against the wall, muttering something under her breath. You took everything from me. Now I'm going to take everything from you. Not that you have much. In that time, Granny finished her spell. The wall behind her seemed to fall open, crumbling into a swirling vortex. She made eye contact with Sapala as Salvador let loose his bolt. Just as the bolt penetrated Granny's chest, her form seemed to dissolve, falling into a rain of autumn leaves on the ground. Sapala screamed, rage coursing through her veins. She stumbled onto her feet and tried to charge Salvador. As she did, the vines around the room suddenly lashed out, grabbing Sapala by the wrists and holding her back, away from Salvador. She screamed, fighting toward, trying with all her might against her restraints. Fight to murder the bastard that just killed Granny. More vines grew around her ankles, pulling her back toward the flickering portal. Salvador snickered, loading another bolt into the crossbow. The flames seemed to grow louder in the room and filled Sapala's mind. Then the flames rang out in a voice in her head. Let go. Find them. Be their peace. Sapala let herself go slack. The voice was foreign and familiar at the same time. Be their flower as you have been mine. The vines pulled Sapala back toward the portal, dragging her through the fallen leaves on the floor. Salvador leveled his crossbow. Maybe I'll just kill you now, he said with a smirk, loosing his arrow. Time seemed too slow for Sapala. She watched as the arrow flew through the air toward her, the vines around the room all reaching toward it, trying to intercept it mid-air, though none were fast enough. Sapala watched the arrow grow closer and closer until it was inches from her nose, when suddenly blackness and silence. The silence was broken first, the sound of waves crashing upon a shore. Violently, Sapala opened her eyes. She was on a stony beach, alabaster cliffs rising all around her. And that is where she met the party, on the cliffs of Whitestone.
Holy crap. It's too bad old Doris wasn't there to hear that story.
Heck and heck.
Same with Xavier.
Said, well, I gave you the vision too. No, I'm just kidding.
As the vision fades, all the fairies around the room who are doing like shadow puppets and little prestidigitations to create some of them reenacting the story as Sapala tells it.
Yeah, one of them is literally dead now.
Oh my gosh.
You see one with a little clover leaf like tucked under its arm, like pinned to the wall, like Manning.
So, yeah. That's why I stayed with y'all.
And now that it's over, will you still stay with us?
All the last words that Granny left me with were, let go, find them, be their peace, and be their flower as you've been mine.
You're definitely our flower.
For a while, I didn't know if that was y'all. I didn't know what that even meant, and it was very frustrating. But then we went to, oh my gosh, what is it called? It's not the Abyss. It's where we found Vox Machina.
There's the Abyss.
Okay, yeah, it was the Abyss. And everything we had gone through leading up to then, and then we went to Vasselheim. That's the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vasselheim. But I realized that you crazy bunch were who she was talking about. I'm not quite sure exactly how to do what she has said to do, but I feel like if I did leave y'all, I would just be, not keeping a promise. So I guess I have to stay. Oh, shucks. So yeah.
Oh
There's a
man,
lot
well if I
going on.
have to.
There's that. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I'll be taking suggestions in my suggestion box. Located. I'm just kidding.
We've reached the Q&A portion.
Yeah.
Glaive is gonna just take himself off of his bench, walk on over to Sapala,
I'm scared.
and give her the absolute most powerful hug of her life.
And she died. I'm just kidding.
Did you just look at Agdir? No. Okay.
You look down and one of the fairies is hugging your ankle.
Aw.
So there's a lot, and I don't really know what to do with it all. And I'm not used to having people be there for a long time. So, yeah, wherever y'all go, I'll be there too. So that's kind of that.
Sapala, I know we don't get along well.
Wow.
But
Shots fired. Pew, pew.
I see you as a sister. That I never had, even if we fight. But I fight with all my siblings, so it's okay.
This is awkward.
It's fine. You don't have to feel the same. I'm gonna drink my coffee now.
Wait, we were out of coffee.
Shot down.
Orange juice.
Sapala's all
Vodka?
flustered, and she doesn't really know what to
Vodka?
do.
Do we
So
have
she just
vodka?
kind of says,
Vodka.
"Thanks." I'm sure our relationship will evolve somehow.
While that's all going on, Oldores, what are you
Do
doing?
we have anything stronger, like just
No,
straight
no, no,
up?
no. Give me that. Nope.
Oldoris is upstairs. He can't get this nagging feeling like he's missing something important downstairs, but his mind is on other things. And he currently has the curtain call and his own packed weapon, his own scythe, manifested, both laying in front of him. His packed weapon, it just has the slightest wisp of shadow connected to his fingertips, just to maintain that connection. And he's sitting still, quiet, cross-legged on the floor with these two weapons in front of him. And he's trying to figure out this weapon that he picked up from Salvador seems so strong. And he starts he looks at his packed weapon. What do you think? Is there a way we can make this part of us so that nobody else can use this?
How far away is your packed weapon from Curtain Call?
Like literally they're both right in front of me. They're probably inches apart.
All right, hang on one second.
What?
Cal, run away.
No, sorry,
Just
had to
let it
grab a
happen.
book. Had to grab a book. Hold on.
I was
to
putting
grab-
that voice to the picture that Mackenzie just sent.
You do, as you say this, you do see tendrils of the darkness of your staff, seemingly curling around the blade of Curtain Call.
Now, from my conversations with Xavier, I can't remember. Was this weapon intelligent of any? Did it have any intelligence of its own, or was it just a powerful weapon?
Xavier.
Say that again.
Did this curtain call weapon that Salvador was using, did it have any intelligence of its own, or was it just a strong weapon?
It's just a strong weapon. From what I knew, it just did the 3d10 plus the 1d8 fire damage.
And it wasn't considered a legendary item?
I don't have the details to know if it's a legendary item or very rare or what it is. At least player knowledge, I don't. But from what Xavier looked, it just a very powerful magic item that just did the 3d10 plus 1d8 fire, and
Right, I got that.
it didn't have any sentience that he could detect. And he just said to let Glaive check it out because he could detect. He would be able to find curses.
Oh, okay, that's right. Now, DM, if he did that identify thing, he would know if it was a legendary or sentient weapon, correct? Or like
DM, no, he would not.
He wouldn't.
He would not be able to know if the item has any curses or anything like that.
No, not curses. To know if it was a legendary
I see.
item or if it was a sentient item. Basically, I just want to find out. I mean, because there's only
Gotcha.
certain weapons that you can make your pact weapon, and if
Okay,
it's a legendary
Mhm.
or a sentient or a vestige, you can't do that with those weapons.
Then I will say I would consider it in the category of a legendary weapon.
All right. So then I can't do anything with it, and it requires attunement.
It does, yes.
Everything I own requires attunement. Uldoris, he tries for but the briefest moment to consume the blade with his pact weapon, and he stops. I don't know if this will work. Something doesn't feel right. Maybe Glaive, maybe he will know for sure. So he will stow his pact weapon. He'll pick up the blade, and he'll grab his earring. And is everyone up? Did I miss anything?
I need to have a conversation later.
Is everything okay?
All good things. All good things.
I like to think
Well-
Eldoris chimes in right as it's getting
Yeah.
awkward between
Yes.
Paul and Elena.
That's exactly actually what I was thinking. All right, so Uldoris gathers his things, and he makes his way in a little bit of a hurry down the steps, kind of like almost like an excited child on Christmas, towards the dining hall or whatever, and he's got this weapon in his hand, and like there's this look of dire hurry on his face when he enters the room.
Are you okay, Uldoris?
This weapon,
Mm-hmm.
it's very strong. Xavier looked at it. I feel like I should be able to I don't know if you would understand. Like bury it in my shadow somehow, so that nobody could use it again, except for me, against our enemies. But it feels too strong, or like I'm not strong enough to do it. I don't know. It may be more important of an object than I or even Xavier thought. And then he turns and looks at Glaive, who is like death strangling Sapala. Maybe I'm also worried it might be cursed. The last item I picked up didn't work out so well for me.
Yeah. Cursed items are interesting, but might be best to get it checked out. We don't want any voices telling you to murder people.
Right. So, Glaive, I don't know if you may have time today to see if this is more dangerous for me to have than originally thought.
Of course I do. I
Uh,
let go of Zapala.
I mean, I know that there's only so many things that you can do in a day, and I don't want to waste valuable resources that you have. Um, I just want to be sure. I don't want to put
I was
anybody in danger.
already asked to do this exact thing. Let's go ahead.
Oh, well, never mind then. I take back everything I said. I don't mind
So-
wasting your resources.
Sapala doesn't let go of his hand.
Go ahead and put the weapon down. We should have a spot on the table.
Yep.
First, we're going to use a
I'll just-
spell.
Move my food. It's fine.
Oh, hang on. I'm gonna make the food move itself.
No, that's all right.
The plates
really
just
don't
get
have
up and immediately walk away from in front of you.
I was
I'm
done
sorry. Did you
anyway.
want seconds?
No, I'm done anyway.
I wouldn't mind having firsts. I'm hungry.
Well, there it
Oh,
goes.
hey guys, come back, come back.
A couple of the plates stop, turn around, and look at each other. And if you've ever heard a plate sigh, and then turn around and walk back into the dining room.
I'm sorry, he hasn't eaten yet. What would you like?
I mean, anything. Yesterday was tough. I feel like it took a lot out of me.
All right, we'll fill them up on some of this, some of that, a few of these.
Oh, some of those.
Some of those. Fruit is good.
Mm.
You have a pile of food about a foot high, just sitting in front of you.
It's funny. Well, Doris is this scrawny little thing, but he can pack away food.
All right, I'm gonna have the dishes put themselves away because I don't want, or sorry, put themselves to be cleaned because I don't want the fairies to struggle to serve us. So they go do that, and then I prepare a detect evil and good spell.
All right, and
Does that work on objects?
I don't.
Yes,
It does. Okay.
it does.
Read me the spell, please.
For the duration, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Period. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. The spell can penetrate. Yo?
Mhm. There is most definitely a desecrated object nearby.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a desecrated object within 30 feet of me.
Maybe
We
the
shall do what?
Maybe the weapon?
Probably the weapon. but it is within 30 feet of me, so it could be 30 feet down. Up, left, right, semicircle.
See, like, the
uh,
disappointed, dejected look on Uldoris's face. And then he goes, well, I kind of expected it, to be honest.
Actually, hold on one moment. Let me reread this.
doesn't tell me the specific location.
No, actually, no, it's not desecrate.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I misread this. I misread the spell desecration.
Cursed.
okay.
Or is that the same thing?
All
There's something hinky about the weapon, we're just not sure what it is.
Well, I don't know that because. Okay, hold on. Master DM, did
Yes.
detect evil and good do anything?
Hold
Welcome to the rules episode, everybody.
No, it did not do anything. It's hard.
I'd like to cast Vague.
Roll a D something.
I got something. It's really unclear. It's kind of hard to nail down.
You might have done some damage.
Make the 8 ball.
I need to grab a
Maybe
different
it
book.
was
Hold on.
healing. Who knows?
I need to grab a different book.
I cast Expedient Research.
That's a good one.
I gotta remember that.
I cast
Mackenzie, look
expedient
that up for
research.
Actually, yeah, that sounds like a pretty dope spell.
Right?
As Uldoris is shoveling food into his mouth, it's hard to do Uldoris with a mouthful of food, but he looks up at you and says, "You know, I would have figured between you and Xavier, you'd be able to figure this out."
My God, it's like he's not even chewing.
He's not.
He's not.
He just ate a fairy whole.
Oh no.
Well, we're making our DM work tonight.
He needs to work every once in a while.
Mom says goodnight, by the way.
Good night, Mom.
Night, Mom.
They say goodnight, Mom. Okay. Yes. But
It's something.
What was the question again?
but
Hold on.
wait. If good or evil goes off, ting,
Ting,
tang,
tang,
walla,
walla, walla,
bing,
bing,
bang.
bang.
Big bang.
Sending you a message on Facebook.
Opening my Facebook.
Finding AJ on Facebook.
That sounds funny to say. I'm opening my Facebook.
Your wife
how-
says to look at your
demands
phone.
you looking
You
work
can look
on
at
your
your
phone.
phone.
Change. Okay. Hold on. Be right back.
All right, so
That's great.
let's play a game. George, we can't hear you.
I know.
What you snacking on tonight, George?
Wouldn't you like
AJ.
to know?
Cheeps.
There.
Like how we all looked at that and we're like, "Cow, pay attention to your wife."
I did
Oh,
not
good.
partake in that.
All right.
exchange.
Message is sent to you, AJ.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
oh is a very vague and heavy word.
Well, Doris, there's a burden on your shoulders that we need to openly discuss among people here. Because I did get something from my spell, but it's not from a weapon.
Oh.
Oh, is this the thing we talked about already?
It is. But
Okay.
it's not my thing to tell people. It's yours.
Hmm, I thought we had already talked about it.
Did we?
Okay, I don't know. I don't remember.
It doesn't either.
How about you remind us what it is?
Well, maybe we should get Xavier down here too, so he's aware, just to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Alright. Snap my fingers, cast sending, most useful
Oh.
spell.
I thought you were just gonna teleport him here.
Or we could just talk to him in the earpiece.
Hold on. Over the sending message Xavier gets. Yeah, I could have just used the earpiece. Oh well. Hey Xavier, we're all in the kitchen and we have something to discuss. Would you be so kind to join us?
Damn. Damn.
Also, you pooping?
No, he nailed it perfectly.
Did he? That's
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless I counted wrong.
Working on a spell. Have like 30 more minutes. Be there after that.
Alright. He's working on a spell. He'll be here in 30 minutes.
Of course he is. I guess we shouldn't complain. I mean, he does use all of his spells to help us, so it's kind of important, I guess. Hey, is there any more of that other stuff left? I'm still kind of hungry.
You're gonna have to go tackle the bear.
He's already in the next room with his plate. He was like
So-
saying it as he was walking into the kitchen.
Don't let him in the
So-
kitchen.
So AJ, are you gonna cast Detect Curse on the curtain call?
There is not a detect curse spell.
Oh, okay.
There is a remove curse spell. Wherever it went.
3rd level.
Right there it is.
Google
I
works
forgot
good
how
for
the alphabet worked. So I'm going to put both my hands on it. Make sure I have the components, because I keep forgetting to write down my components for spells. There are none. And I'm going to attempt to remove whatever curse is on this thing using a spell slot. We might get into a fight later. I don't want to, but we might. Using a 5th level spell slot.
You hear Eldoris yell from the kitchen, "Just remember what I said about not using all your resources on account of me."
You can't stop me! And then I cast a spell.
Okay. This energy pulses into the weapon. You see it shimmer through the entire thing, and then fade.
Well, I didn't feel anything resist me, so probably worked. Still fail. Got a question.
Where's the nachos?
Yes.
As Vale awkwardly crunches the last of her morning toast.
Pick a great time to ask a question.
I wasn't even looking at my phone. I didn't know you were eating. Sorry.
It's all good.
What should I do about a pissed off 25-year-old sorcerer blessed with divine magic?
I'm not sure why you're asking me.
You get moody. Oh, I do too. So does Elena.
Yeah, I think that kind of.
We
falls
all
under-
kind of get moody.
Yeah, everyone.
I'm a little moody.
I don't think I have any useful advice.
Because I think her parents are trying to kill her.
Oh. How does that turn to moody?
Because I have to tell her that she's not going to believe me, and I have to get her to listen.
Okay.
I don't know how to get people to listen. You, at the very least, are able to get the point and actual information across. I just kind of blurt out whatever happens to cross the threshold of thought.
I wouldn't recommend it, but you could tie her to a chair.
Peggy and I did the same thing.
Oh, boy.
If this is an in-person conversation, you could use truth-seeking magic to
Nicely done.
to affirm your point.
Do you mean like Circle of Truth?
Sure. I know exactly what that is.
I also need your help in figuring out, well, why they want to kill her. Whenever the whole idea was for me to bring her somewhere safe, and I left her in Wildmount.
Okay. You said it's her parents?
Not Wildmount. Not Wildmount.
Whitestone.
Whitestone. I left her in Whitestone. But at least
Shit.
her father.
What isn't trying to kill you in Whitestone?
That's my point. Everything's trying to kill you there, so why would you go there? Also, Peggy, Elena is at the table.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, you could try bringing up, I don't know, factual evidence, possibly.
Like the
No.
diviner that warned her parents that she was going to be sacrificed is dead,
Maybe
and that her father said that he was cleansed.
Maybe don't lead with that.
I've never been in a cult, but that is very cult-like language.
Yeah, no, that checks
Sorry.
out.
So, yeah.
Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Well, this conversation is going on, and we're waiting for the half hour to pass. I believe you are the player in possession of the pendant of the Tincture of Tal'Dorei. Is that correct?
I don't think so.
Who had that?
Is that the thing from the vampire?
It was the little amulet that had the three.
That would be Vale.
Oh, Vale has that.
I believe Vale has it.
Which thing?
The
Episode
medallion?
2 that we ever did, there was a medallion y'all found.
You have the medallion, don't you?
Is that thing I lent to the dude in Singorn? As proof of our claims?
That's the one.
Cool. I never got that back.
What?
I never got that back.
I'm assuming. Let's just assume he gave it back to you.
Did he give it back to me?
I don't think he kept it.
Well, he
So
was
he
gonna
gave it back
he
to
was
you.
gonna show it to the council, and I don't think we ever followed up on it.
Okay, then never mind.
Cool. I have a big red X next to it in my inventory.
So we have it or no?
No,
You
I
do not
don't
have it.
have it. I marked that I had it.
George.
No, he didn't do anything wrong. I thought he still had that.
Okay.
Come at me, bro.
So. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a whole situation. Go ahead.
Who did you give it to, Vale?
Oh shit, I don't remember his name.
Oh, my brother, my uncle-in-law, right? Was it that
My
the dude?
uncle-in-law?
He was
That's
a
new one.
scholarly fellow.
Yes, yes. We went and saw my
Yeah.
aunt, my aunt, not Aunt Cass. We went, and he was like, "Oh, I can look it up and do some research." And you
Yeah.
we gave it to him.
Yeah.
We could go get it from him. I mean, I need to go
And then
talk
we
to him.
left.
That was my plan, was to
I
go
don't
talk to
remember
him.
any of this.
I'm remembering it, but I'm trying to remember who your uncle-in-law is.
I don't know. You're the one who married her off.
Vax and Vex's sister's husband.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I know who you're talking about. I'm trying to remember who you're talking about. I have
Vex's sister's
I-
husband.
Yeah, come on, Cal.
I
Keep up.
have it. I have the note here somewhere. Where is it?
You need to make family tree. That's what you need.
I need to organize my notes. I showed
Says the one from the Derolo clan.
Vessel High.
He's the one that married
be-
off my aunt.
Says
To
the
be
one who
fair,
made
most of
1,000
the
siblings.
Derolo clan is just a dead tree.
Oh,
That is cold. That hurt in the soul.
It is cold, like Whitestone, where their graves
Oh!
Stop!
Getting
What a
Stop!
follow-up.
are. Okay, okay.
Cut
Or
your
it's-
heart.
well, Doris doesn't even have a family tree, and he hurt hearing that.
Vale's family tree's a stick.
Just Vale. Just Vale. Wait, or does that mean a lot of inbreeding?
No,
No.
just Vale.
What happened?
Says
All
the
right,
one
thanks
from the
everybody. We're gonna
royal
sign off
lineage.
now. Have a good night.
Excuse you.
Unreal. Wow, we got way off
Cal's
course really quick.
Right?
Xavier's
So
just
yeah,
intrigued with a whole bunch of
provided you
stapled
adequate
on
time by
leaves.
stalling.
Yeah, you did a great job. I can't find it anywhere. I know I created that character, not somewhere. Anyway, continue about your business. Xavier, we'll say a half hour is up.
Okay. I will make my way to the dining hall.
I mean, yeah, like logical, like like proof. We have the medallions, right?
Okay, okay.
Oh,
What
no,
is
we
it that
can
we were
try.
talking about?
I've got like 5 ruiner medallions.
Apparently, you remember Diana, Glave's
Yes.
friend.
Yes. We left
Apparently
her in
she's-
Whitestone.
Yes, apparently she's going to be sacrificed by her family.
Interesting.
Sacrifice, killed.
Did we
Same.
need to? Do we need to go get her in Whitestone, or what?
Right now, she's safe where it's too far away and expensive in order to get to her.
Okay. What?
Oh shit. Is it?
Oh, the assumptions we make.
I take out the scry orb and check on her because I'm suddenly nervous about that.
What's the save?
I didn't get a save with it. Fail.
16, I think. Then.
It has one built into it.
She
It
passes. So the vision does not take
Is she
I-
actively resisting it?
hold. It would seem.
Probably, yeah.
Stop watching me.
And Scry is passive. You don't have to actively resist it, I'm pretty sure. It's
Yeah.
not like someone rings your doorbell like, someone would like to view you. Do you accept?
Well, sure. Oh,
Sure.
that's
Cam
weird.
connection requested.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's. Is there anything else that's I am
DC
needed
17.
for? Or
Found it.
Well, Doris comes back into the room, hearing Xavier talking. Yes.
Hail, Doris.
I feel bad. Zapala had this whole thing that she wanted to tell us about. I guess maybe she already told some of you, but Glaive said I have to talk to you about some things.
no,
Strange timing on things.
quite.
When we were, I think, in the abyss, if that's where we were, and we found, and he looks to Elena, when we found your parents and all of them,
Yes.
my shadow was fighting itself. It was strange, as if it was in two places at once, doing battle against itself. Recently, I had taken some time with Glaive to talk about some things, and he found a way to bring to light that well, apparently it's not just me and my shadow. I am plagued by something else. I don't know if it is taking up residence in my shadow, if it's just able to follow me wherever I go. It's a dark, I don't know, a dark creature of some sort. And it's persistent and dangerous, I guess. I've already threatened it once.
How do we help you get rid of it?
I don't know.
You don't get rid of it without getting the other half of it.
Sorry, say that again.
You don't get rid of the one part without getting rid of the other half.
So, his
What do you mean?
mother-
What I mean is, take any kind of plant or shirt. The fibers of it are intertwined to such a point that they become one thing. If you try to remove one part, the entirety of it will unravel.
Yeah.
What I'm afraid will happen is if you remove the worst part of the weapon, you will remove the best part of yourself.
My
I
mother.
don't mean the fact that you can fight really well. I mean of who you are fundamentally.
Talking about my mother.
Yes. And I'm going to speak the truth whenever I say I would suggest doing that, but I don't know if that would unmake her.
Um, I apologize. In out of character. I don't think I was aware of this, and it's actually hitting me kind of hard right now.
Understandable.
That's okay. I think I just had a vertebrae go out the wrong spot.
Ooh, that's not good.
Nope. I'm a human. Being human sucks.
This is true.
Well, Doris walks over to the table and kind of drops his plate on the table, and he manipulates his shadow to extend itself up on the wall. Turning to it, is that true? Is that what would happen?
It shakes its head and shrugs.
Like it doesn't know, or
Like it
doesn't want to
doesn't-
answer?
Like it doesn't know.
Are you so linked with this other entity?
Kind of looks down at its hands back and forth. Shrugs again.
I walk over to the wall where the shadow is cast, and I gently place my hand like where the cheek would be.
Mhm.
I am sorry.
It raises its hand and kind of cusps where your hand would be.
I don't know what to do. He takes a deep breath, turns to everybody else, and sits down quietly amongst them. And I am very sorry. I did not realize that I had brought such a great threat amongst all of you.
Okay, that's better. Xavier,
I'm still here.
I know. That's why I'm addressing you.
Get addressed, nerd.
Sorry. Do you have 25 gold pieces worth of incense?
Yes. Why?
I prepared divination just to make sure I had all of my bases covered for this weapon.
Okay. Pulls out a pouch. Here you go.
Thank you. Let's see. I'm also going to need a rabbit, a rabbit of at least 3 pounds. Yeah.
I've got an elephant. His deadpan. In all seriousness, like there's like no emotion on his face, other than just being like deadpan.
One of the pixies comes up behind one of the other pixies and taps it on the shoulder and turns into a rabbit.
Hey, Cal.
Hmm?
I have to go. The reason why is in the message and the
Okay.
group chat.
Okay.
So, bye.
Bye. Sorry.
Night, Kayla.
Sorry.
Okay, do what you gotta do.
Okay.
You don't want to be the rabbit in this situation. I have divination. Sorry. Back on track. Where am I? Right. I have the incense, and I need the rabbit to act as a sacrifice because
The
I'm
rabbit
going
moves
to.
back.
Yeah, that's why I said you don't want to be the rabbit. What?
I don't have a rabbit.
I didn't think you would.
I'm not that kind of magician. Pull one out of my hat.
But I'll be able to ask 3 questions, and I'll be able to figure out if we have the ability to separate the being.
Does it specifically have to be a rabbit?
I'm calling on a specific person from my old herd. His name is Gladius, and he is very good at getting information. There is no reason to expect that he can't do that while he's still dead.
Okay.
I'm sorry, rabbit is his favorite meal.
Do we have any rabbit in the kitchen?
A couple moments pass. 3 of the pixies emerge with a chicken that is like fluffing around.
Oh shit.
Fluffing feathers.
True polymorph.
Oh no.
I wish.
Does it have to be a live rabbit?
Oh, no.
Oh.
It absolutely does not have to be a live rabbit. We can go shopping for just a quick minute if you're alright with that, guys.
I
I
don't
mean-
want to go to the market
For the
here.
sake of expediency, a few moments pass, and one of the
Quest for rabbit.
pixies comes out of the kitchen with a already skinned hare.
That'll work.
Just spend the next 2 hours looking for a rabbit.
I cast ritually. Wait, can I do ritual casting as a cleric?
Yeah,
I think I can.
Maybe you can.
sure can. I just don't have any ritual spells.
Cat butt.
Sure you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. I have
Um,
ritual casting.
and I have
Let's
this
do
pulled up here, by the way. I show 1 single question, by the way,
What?
not 3.
Oh, yeah, it does say single question. I thought I was using.
Need more rabbits.
Commune is 3.
That's it. Well,
need more rabbits.
okay. I have that one. What level is commune? I'm sorry, I was looking up the wrong spell like a doofus. Commune is 5th level. I have 1 more 5th level slot. Commune.
Teach you to animate the Destroyer.
I have no regrets about that. Our
Hey, George, say?
copyright strike. There it is, commune. Oh! And a vial of holy or unholy water. Why is there unholy water? That worries me.
Don't
No,
ask.
that was the thing.
I am going to start off with commune. Because I believe. Yep, 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no. Ask your questions before the spell ends. You receive a correct answer for each response.
Is that a ritual spell?
Yes,
So it takes a little time to cast that?
11 minutes.
Cool. Hey Xavier, can you identify this? Might as well use our time efficiently.
You are our Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yes.
It is a green potion that I don't know what it does.
I will take it, and for expediency, well, he's casting ritually. I'll take the time and cast it ritually as well. Mine
Thank
only
you.
takes 10 minutes.
Green potion.
Well, it took me a
goes-
minute to realize this was gonna take a little bit, so
I'm
You're
gonna,
fine,
fin-
you're fine.
gonna finish roughly at the same time then.
yeah.
I won't waste my spell slots.
I wrote down green potion.
I know I have it here.
That's from
somewhere.
Salvador's tent.
It is
Yeah.
from Salvador's tent.
I was like, oh, Xavier's spending all this time just identifying shit last night. I'm not there though.
I literally used up all of my spell slots too.
Also, did you want to trade for that money for the party fund?
You're fucking horde.
I don't know what you're talking about.
100
I
and,
don't either.
120 something
Can-
years.
Can we afford a airship? That's my question.
A tiny one.
Maybe.
It's an
We're-
airship.
We're at maybe now.
Oh. That's what I'm going for.
That's how far we've come.
I know I
Question is,
copied
can
this
we s-
down in here.
A possible yes if I get an additional 10,000 golds from this ruby skull.
There it is. Xavier,
Oh,
what you have in your hand exudes a strange, almost noxious fume when you pop the cork to cast the Identify on it. It tells you everything about it, right?
Yeah.
This is a potion of ghoulish strength.
it's a potion of ghoulish strength.
For 1 hour after drinking this rotting potion, your strength changes to 13, and your unarmed strike can paralyze a target. If the target is a creature other than elf or undead, it must succeed a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or be paralyzed for 1 minute.
My strength is a 50.
And it can reroll its saves on the end of its turn.
Huh.
That's such a weird potion.
Well, this is what it does. It's very weird. There you go.
Give it to an orphan.
Well, the
What?
What?
Sorry, man, give it to a kid.
here
Just some random kid on the street.
you go.
Kid.
Here you go. Here you go, kid. Go punch people and paralyze them.
Hey kid, you got parents? Take this.
Show him who's in charge.
It's a bottle of grow up parent.
No, it's not.
Sorry, that was bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sad part is that would raise my strength.
Mine too. But I don't need better stats apparently.
I don't need better stuff.
I am sorry about earlier today with my roll.
Three 18s in a row.
And a
This
17.
guy.
Actually,
Sure, let's not forget that. Alright, cool. Thank you.
sorry. Sorry. No,
Xavier is, well, Mackenzie is the nega Percy.
18, 17, 7, 5. Oh my gosh. I didn't see those last two.
So, Glaive, at this point, your spell is completed. What, as you burn the incense, the thick cloud kind of surrounds you, and the still slightly chilly rabbit husk. What is the question that you are going to be asking?
He's keeping us in suspense.
I was on a different spell path, but I will stick with divination.
Yeah, I thought you were doing commune.
I was, but
Okay.
Okay.
If
Are
you want to do
alright with
commune,
that?
you can. If you want to do commune, if you have that spell prepared, then sure.
Yes. Are you all right with that?
Let me look at commune real quick because I had divination pulled up.
Either or.
Oh, there are.
What is
Well,
your question?
Peggy, your cat wants your attention.
He wants my
divination is better
all-
used for my other problem.
Will you tap?
Box across.
Well, that's good to know. I've been sitting here working on a riddle this entire time.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine. The other one was like, yeah, they can answer in form of a riddle. I'm like, great. I'm going to type up a riddle here, make it rhyme, do all this stuff. Simple yes or no. Oh, shit. Okay.
You could make it a riddle. The answer is yes or no.
But yes. Okay then. Go ahead and your spell is cast. You may ask your question.
Gladius.
As go ahead.
Is the Night Stalker and the Mother intertwined as thoroughly as I believe it to be?
The smoke in front of you seems to almost coalesce. The vapors swirl and entwine with each other. And even in the room, the rest of you can just barely make out the shadow of a figure. Seems to be wearing a thick, tattered, almost burlap like cloak pulled heavily over the eyes. It gets down on its knees in front of Xavier, or not Xavier, in front of Glaive, kind of kneeling across from the incense. It shakes its head no. Slowly.
That is good news you bring me. Do we, collectively as a group, possess the ability to separate them and preserve her life? Well, her spirit.
The spirit of Gladius looks over toward Oldurez. Looks back toward you. You may.
All right then. Then Gladius, my last question to you.
Does these pants make my butt look big?
my last question to you is, is our home safe? Did I get cut off?
Nope, nope. The spirit is silent and staring at you deeply in the eyes. You almost feel their presence pressing into the back of your skull. We have no home. And the smoke.
Oh. So I overreacted. The spirit of your mother and of the Night Stalker are not as interwoven as I believed. That is good. Well, Doris.
Huh? Oh. Um. Yes. Yes, that is good.
We might have the ability to separate them without her spirit being destroyed. And my ancestral home no longer is mine. So that's concerning, but not the point. Both me and Xavier have the ability to banish creatures back to other realms. So once we do have them separated, we shouldn't have to fight it.
I don't know. Maybe I.
Did you say me?
Do you not have the banishment?
I do not
spell?
have banishment.
Do not have the banishment.
Do wizards even get banishment?
Regardless, I want to fight it. I want to end it.
Oh god, I do.
I think I have that right.
Oh, I never said you didn't. But you'll have to carry it a lot longer if you want to fight it.
And that puts you all at risk.
Oh, don't you dare pull a Zapala on me. I will smack you.
Well, first, you'd have to catch me. Second, I mean, where am I gonna go?
I mean,
Third, I
that's
can
a-
find people. Remember, I have the scry orb and a spell. I'll find you.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Was there? Is this something we're trying to accomplish now, or was there something else that we had planned to do?
Personally, this is my thing. I would like to deal with Diana. If we need to take care of something else, then we need to take care of something else.
Well, with some of the new magic I've been practicing, I can get us most anywhere very quickly. I do know a teleportation circle in Whitestone to get us there very quickly. And if there's something else that we needed to do that's across the fucking continent, I can get us there if I'm familiar with it.
Do you have a teleportation circle in Whitestone?
Yes. Gilmore's shop.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yes, he let us use it after he teleported us to the sanctuary.
Right.
So I still remember that one. And if there's somewhere else that we needed to go, whether it be to go visit Masuta, or if we wanted to take the body of the vampire lady to Vasselheim to collect a reward, I can take us there. I can teleport us there. So
I would prefer that we get Diana with us as soon as possible to make sure that nothing untoward happens.
well, then what I can do is I can teleport via circle. I can teleport us to Whitestone. We can grab her, and if we want to, I can get us to Vasselheim very quickly, and then where we want to go from there, I can get places.
Great. I can find anybody. You can get anywhere. We're a great team.
I can catch him.
I can shoot anything.
Well,
Nope.
Okay.
We're not going there.
So is there anything we wanted to do before we left here?
I had some business in town I wanted to take care of.
Yeah,
Okay.
me as well.
Can we convene back at about high noon?
Hopefully, yeah.
Sure.
All right.
All right.
Well, then, in that meantime, Althoris,
Yes.
would you be able to accompany me to the Temple of the Moonweaver?
Oh, I forgot all about that.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit last night, but it was kind of late, and
Things happened.
if you want to call it that.
so let's
Sure.
see if they'll be able to let us use it this morning instead.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So we head out to the Temple of the Moonweaver, or at least I think it's the Moonweaver.
Okay. Vale, what was it you wanted to do in town?
I wanted to visit the memory ward.
Okay, so Vale, is anyone going with you?
I think me and Eldorus are going in the same direction for a little bit, then we split off.
All right,
Yeah, so-
later. You're
Oh,
going.
You're going
yeah,
this way.
All right.
So she travels with me and Eldorus for a little bit.
But you do get to the memory ward first as they continue on their way toward the Temple of Moonweaver, which is in the more foresty district. Vale, as you stare up at the large tree in the center, the motes of light cascading through the branches like a falling snow in the middle of early, more like late winter. What are you doing?
So there's like the big Awa tree, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ewan nhau kalte matsimukan. Oweling atikame.
Exactly.
Bless you.
Ewan nhau.
How does one interact with this tree?
Um,
It's been at least a year since we were last here.
hang on.
There's like little will-o-wisps on it.
I just don't remember.
I see you.
Uh-huh.
Hang on. Look. Let me do a Google search real quick. How does one interact with trees?
I got the ponytail for it. If that's how.
Okay, so what happened last time, as I recall, someone, I think it might have been you, kind of.
It was me.
Oh, Elena.
It's like will-o-wisp situations.
Yeah. If you look closely into the center of the lights, can catch a glimpse of memories, past troubles, things that may yet be, visions, things, in the motes of light. Okay.
Shake that 8-ball.
Yeah.
Things that are, things that were, things that have not yet come to pass.
And then there it is. I will shake the magic 8-ball.
All right, so you're going to catch one of the motes of light.
Sure.
Results unclear. Please play again.
Damn it.
Please shake again.
What's that? Go to wall?
That's not what they said.
Nah, that can't be it.
As you excuse me, as you stare into this mote of light, you see
from the perspective inside what looks to be a thick helmet. You can barely see through it. It's very cut off. Through the eyes, you see coming up over the hill what seem to be swarms upon swarms of strange, multiple-legged creatures. Not like a spider, more like mounds of flesh that have 5 or 7 legs, nothing symmetrical about them, and charging over the hill as impossible numbers of them come careening toward the viewer. The last thing you see in the moat is a flash of red and white teeth, and everything goes black.
I think I got a wrong number.
Please hang up and try your call again.
Again, the moats aren't a it's not something you focus on. Each one is a memory, a random bit of elvish history or things like that.
I'll sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Try really hard to remember and focus on my mother, and see if maybe that can get one of these little motes to come to me.
Make a charisma check.
And then it turned into a roll. Let's.
I mean, to be fair, anytime you say you're going to focus on an action,
Yeah,
you're getting a
suppose.
roll.
Just an unfocused person, you know. You know how monks are, right? Okay, that's bad. 16.
So you sit down beneath the massive sequoia. The cool air wafting around you doesn't bother any. 10, 20 minutes pass, and nothing of note happens. The lights flicker and dance around. But as you sit there, one of them isn't moving in the tree. As you have sat for 10, 15, 20 minutes, you've watched as every mote of light cascades in random patterns, bouncing off boughs and floating toward the ground where it seems to vanish and be reabsorbed by the roots. One mote, high in the tree, is completely stationary, almost as if it's watching. Can't be watching. It's not a sentient ball of light. But nonetheless, it has not moved the entire time you've been meditating.
Can I interact with it from here? Huh?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna climb a tree.
All right.
This is fine.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Let's do acrobatics. Athletics.
Who do you think she is? An athletic monk?
Okay, 18.
18. Oh,
And
easy
I
enough.
can run up vertical surfaces.
With the dexterity of a cat, you leap from bough to bough, climbing straight up in places where you could have probably just climbed it normally, but you decided to just walk like a spider up the side because when you can, why not?
I can run, not walk.
You make your way up the side of the tree to the bough to which it is sitting nestled in the crook of the tree, now mere feet away. You're muted.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I didn't hear anything you said there.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Or I said it quietly. I don't remember. I will. I don't want to use the word interface. I will interact with it. Press E to interact.
All right. Press. You walk up. You press E. You focus inward, and you see a small cottage, for lack of a better term. Simple, but familiar. Nostalgic and comforting. It reminds you of your father's home. A simple fisherman's hut, a peaceful village. As you focus in on the smoke, sound almost seems to not emanate from it, but be filled in by the blanks in your mind as you stare into it. And you hear voices arguing, indiscernible, unable to truly make out what is being said. But eventually, a figure storms out. A woman, thin, not to the point of being frail, but hardly athletic. Head wrapped in a shawl, traveler's backpack on, glances around, and walks off, and the vision fades.
Alright. Can I use it more than once? Is that a thing? Like,
You can try.
sure.
Make a
Con
intelligence.
save.
Make an intelligence check.
Boy, looking on my low stats today.
All the checks.
Wow, 18.
Plus.
No,
What
no,
have you done with
18.
George?
Okay.
What
Now
have you
you
done with
see
George?
you see that same woman entering the gates of a familiar city, Iman. You see a crowd of people as she pushes her way through. They seem to be attending some form of ceremony or announcement in the center of Amman. Looking down from below the crowd, you see her looking up toward a regal-looking figure standing above the audience as a shadow looms in the sky.
Is that where it ends?
And that's where it ends.
Okay. Alright, I'll head back down.
As you head back down, a figure is standing there looking at you, tending the garden on her knees, not staring at you as you come down, but not obviously looking away. You recognize her as being Owestra, the head of the Dreamweavers and member of the Singorn Council, representative for the Memory Ward. Find anything interesting?
More or less.
Things you're expecting to see?
Yes. Expected, but not wanted.
Funny how often those two coincide.
Mm.
Is there anything else you require up in the tree?
I don't think so.
Good, she says as she kind of brushes some of the foliage to the side, and you see a clear sign in Elvish that says, "Please do not climb the sequoia." She gives you a wink and continues about the gardening.
Right, I will head back to the house.
Okay. As you begin to step away from the tree, make a perception check.
Ah, this is the one I fail.
Net 1.
Hey, don't say that.
Getting it out of the
Nat
way
20.
now.
Ha! It's not a 1.
It's a 2.
15. It was a 6.
Well, I rolled a 1.
For what?
As you're walking through the streets back to the home, there's a slight warmth in the back of your cloak. And you kind of reach in confused, like, what? Stuck in there. Pull it out. There's that mote of light in your clothing.
Okay. I guess I'll take it with me.
As you go to pocket it, you
It's not
glance.
stealing if it comes with me, right?
As you go to pocket it, you glance in it one last time, and expecting to know what you see glimpses of destruction, glimpses of fire and ice. You want to look away, but your eyes sink into it. But it keeps going. The vision doesn't end, and unlike the first vision of the moat, there is no sudden cutoff. The woman, wrapped and huddled, runs down an alleyway, is ushered into a basement by a group of travelers, people from Amman, and the vision fades as she enters the basement.
It wasn't Grayskull, was it?
It was hard to tell.
Okay. I'll keep heading back.
Okay. In that case, Xavier and Eldorez, on their way to the Moonweavers.
Okay, so that's
As
this
you
way.
arrive at the Fey Grove, the same almost half pillar that you had visited the day before, a massive, almost Romanesque column stretching up out of the ground, the sun streaming in through the Fey Grove as you approach. You do not see any worshippers descending the steps as you had previously when you last visited. As a matter of fact, it seems quite empty at the base.
Hello?
You hear the faint sound of splashing above from the pool, but no call back down.
Well, this is strange.
Yes. Does it seem like there's like a back doors area?
A what?
Like a back door, like a backyard area, basically.
Is there a VIP entrance?
So the entire thing's kind of built like a giant pedestal, where the temple itself is a pool upon a raised platform, and that is the temple. Is a being a moon worshipping moon goddess worshipping group. It's a very open floor plan.
So is there like you said I hear splashing of the pool from above?
Yep.
Are there stairs going up?
Yes.
I will ascend the stairs. Just try to locate somebody.
Okay. As you ascend the stairs, you begin to hear the sounds of faint laughter, conversation, people conversing, and so you kind of are set at ease as you walk up the steps, knowing that there are people indeed up there, and the sound of more splashing kind of occurs more energetically than you had below. Another loud splash occurs, and you hear some people kind of give a laugh as water erupts over the top of the stairs. There's like a spiral staircase of marble that goes around this pillar to the top. And as you breach the top to the temple where you had been the day before, you are confronted with the sight of the Moonweaver's followers skinny dipping in the pool above, as about 15 to 20 of them are all buck naked and gallivanting about the knee-high pool, splashing each other, some jumping in and doing cannonballs. Do a religion check.
Okay.
Can I do one too, just for S&G?
Sure, do a religion check.
How do you do a cannonball into a knee-high pool, by the way?
You hurt your butt.
Faithfully.
Oh, holy cow, I rolled really well.
Religion check. Okay. I mean, 12.
19.
Ooh. Xavier, you are kind of confused by this. You even see the kind of elderly priest that you had spoken with the day before to make the reservation, who had invited you creepily to absolutely come in the night.
Well, aside from
is naked and chasing a much younger elf around as she giggles. Oldores, for a brief moment, you're confused, but then it dawns on you. You've heard the Moonweaver's name mentioned before. She is largely known as a goddess of trickery, but also of love and lovers. And
Secret trysts.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Vale absolutely snickered when they split off. It's like, oh, okay.
So Oldora's a shrine to the deity of love and secret lovers and things like that. This makes perfect sense to you.
It sounded like you said the giggity of love.
There's that too.
I mean,
Giggity.
So as soon as his like head breaches and like sees this, he just immediately turns around and just walks right back down.
What is this?
Sorry, Eldora, it's not.
Why? Oh. Oh, this makes sense now. Oh, this makes sense now.
Xavier is so
I
close
remember.
to
You hear Eldora start to say something about I remember something, and you've walked out of
Yeah, I've already walked down like that
Out of
down the
earshot.
stairs. Like if it's like super open, I just like walk off the stairs and just fly back down towards the entrance.
Yep.
It's like we'll do this another. We'll find
Oh.
other hollowed ground.
I have to. It's a great story. I'll have to tell you. Can you hear me? Where'd you go?
You just see him
And
slide.
I just start like running down the steps trying to catch up to you.
You have no idea how happy I was role playing the priest for that. I'm like, domain of trickery, love goddess. Can you make a reservation? Sure. Come in the night when all the lovers meet up for the first time. Oh, good lord. So anything else you're doing, Eldoris and Xavier?
What's the name for the reservation?
This
Xavier? Sure it is.
There were other temples, correct, other than Melora, correct?
I like how that's your like. Oh, we can't go here at all. There's people naked. Let me see here.
It's fucking religion roulette right here.
The wild. Okay, so you already talked to the Wild Mother. They wanted to charge you, and there was a reserve waiting list. The Archheart is in the center of a maze, and the Moonweaver you just left.
Okay. We'll just have Glaive make us some hallowed ground. So as
Glaive,
we
I
make
hate
it,
the temples here. Can you hallow this place?
one's a bitch, one's creepy, and one's like an impossible maze.
One's expensive.
All right, but I'll need a dozen goats and a crystal.
True polymorph.
Like crystal. I thought you just needed like the herbs and incense and all that. Yeah, 1,000 gold.
Look, you do
hey,
your things
who's the
your way,
cleric
I
here?
do my things my way.
Well, he already told. Glaive did tell me what he needed to cast the spell. So when we walk back through like the market, and Xavier will pick up
A dozen goats.
Not a dozen goats. He'll pick up
Sure.
1,000 gold pieces worth of the herbs and the incense and the holy water. Basically everything. He basically told him that he needed to cast the spell.
Don't you need the goats, Glaive?
Funny as it would be, no, that would be too annoying too quickly.
All right. So yeah, basic shopping. We won't, go
Yeah.
too in depth as you collect herbs and incense and things like that. Just mark off 1,000 gold.
Yep.
Why did that merchant ask if we spiced? Is that the thing?
Don't,
What does that mean?
don't worry about it.
Strange.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we make our way back.
Hold on one moment. Uno momento, por favor, senor.
Mackenzie, is that supposed to be a Green Ranger t-shirt?
No.
Oh, Winamp.
As you are walking back through the market, a very tall figure comes up next to you as you're walking and is walking side by side with you for quite a while as you're walking.
So
As you
everything
turn,
of note is in my haversack.
okay. Good to know.
You have
As you
pants.
glance out of the corner of your eye, Eldoras, there is a large elephant being bipedal walking next to you, wearing thick golden and black silk robes, has a long hookah-like pipe that is attached to a backpack as he's walking, and he's just kind of puffing on it as he walks. And you notice he keeps making little eye glances towards you.
Hang on a second. I gotta find something. Hang on. I wrote something down. I gotta find something. I mean, does he look familiar? Is this the guy that tried to hawk his stuff at me because I was a tiefling in his shop?
No, not the
Not
same
not
guy.
that not the same guy. Okay. And he does not look familiar otherwise.
No.
Hmm.
Does this gentleman look familiar to me?
Did you end up in the I can't remember because it was like a year ago. Did you end up in the cloth district last time? I thought that was Elena.
I don't believe so. No.
Wasn't the Cloth District? Wasn't that where Sapala and Vale ended up?
Yes, it was Sapala and Vale.
Yeah, so I don't really know anything about that, except for I heard in
I'm sorry, not the cloth
passing.
district. Linen's Guild. Linen's
Right,
Guild.
right. That's what I was just looking for. I had heard that in passing when I went shopping with Glaive, I believe it was.
Mhm.
So I look out of the corner of my eye, like awkwardly, like not trying to meet his gaze at first, or their gaze, or her gaze, or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't have whatever the name of that thing was written down. I had it somewhere. What was it? The what guild?
Linens.
Linens Guild. All right.
Couples, make another perception check.
Both of us?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, perception. That's not terrible. 15 for Uldoris.
Okay. And Mac?
Oh, I didn't realize that you said only him.
Nope, that's what both of us means.
Gosh.
Perception is a 23.
23. Okay, perfect. With a deftness that you would not expect from someone with hands as large as tin cans for fingers, he flashes open his vest, and in such a motion that absolutely no one else in the square could see. But you see adorning the inside pocket of his vest a number of vials and potion bottles, and as he does, he gives you a slight wink and then walks down a dark alleyway.
Do we both see this, or just just
You both saw it. Yep, you both saw it.
Ah, fuck.
I do a quick glance at Eldoris and just like, do you want to?
I
or-
shrug. I just shrug.
Okay. we... Xavier doesn't care. He continues back to the house.
I mean, Uldoris is very confused, kind of intrigued, but he usually gets himself into danger when he gets too intrigued.
Cal's
So-
trying real hard to push drugs on us.
I know. So Uldoris like pauses in step and like turns to the alleyway, and then better not. It sounds too risky, and just and follows Xavier.
Okay. And back to the home you go. All right. So everyone has returned. I think Peggy, you said you had something you needed to do in town.
I was just gonna go return the dress
Do-do-do-do-do.
and
Do-do-do-do.
visit my aunt and see if her husband has found any information out,
Okay.
and potentially visit a racist grandfather. But
Okay. So the dress was from the Inara family, wasn't it?
yes, correct.
Not your aunt?
No,
Wait.
not my aunt.
Oh, I think I found it. By the way, I think I found it. Where'd it go? Notebook. Oh, there it is. Lord Darren Turst. Does that sound familiar?
What was
Sounds
Maybe.
familiar.
We'll go with it because that's the only note I can find on that topic.
Oh no, that's him. Yes, that's him. That's him. That's him.
Perfect. I got it. Literally one note.
what a swell guy?
But I wrote it
Simple
down.
man. I like him.
So where are you going first? Are you going to the Inara family or the
Yeah, I'll go to
First
the.
family?
I'll go to the. Let's go to the Terse family first.
All right. So
Church
This
first.
family first.
Yeah.
the Turst family first.
Definitely not a first for the Tursts.
Oh, so you make. I mean, the houses are practically next door to each other, if my memory serves.
Yes.
Give me one moment. Got to pull up a few other notes. My God, my brain is shut off right now. Mother of Pearl, what's your aunt's name?
Valora?
There it is. There it is. I found it. As soon as I said it, the note came up. All right. So you
Hey.
knock. You go over. You knock on the door. A couple minutes pass, and Valora opens the door. Oh, Elena.
Hello, Aunt
Good to see
Valora.
you.
Good to see you as well.
Come in. Come in. Would you have some tea?
Yes, I'd love some tea.
She comes in, brings you into one of the seating areas, begins to pour a ginseng honey tea. So what can I do for you today?
I came to visit you and see how you were doing. Also to see if Uncle has. Can I call him Uncle? This is weird. See if he's found any information on the research.
He was unfortunately unable to come up with anything. However, last night he did begin randomly shrieking, something's happened, and has spent the entire night in his study. Very fascinating. We have brought him several meals. They are still out in the hallway.
Should we check on him?
I find it's best I leave him alone. If you want to go in there, you are more than welcome.
Okay, do I need to like bring a weapon to protect myself?
Oh no, the worst thing that'll probably happen is he might not be wearing pants.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
It's
All
never
right.
something you want to see on your uncle.
All right. If you don't mind.
No, go right ahead. Upstairs, third on the left would be his study.
Okay. All right. I shuffle along.
You go upstairs, and you hear in the room like some strange chanting in Elvish. And being that you know Elvish, you hear like, "Reveal to me your secrets. Tell me what you know." Things like that. It starts chanting in other languages. Some that sound like abyssal, things like that. Just
I knock on the door.
as you knock on the door, the thick waft of incense hits you as you see a council member, Darren Turst, standing in front of a large altar, wearing a robe that falls just above his upper thigh, with no pants on.
What is
Holding
going on with all these naked people?
holding.
Kel's got a thing going on here.
Hey, if you're in your home, you don't have to wear pants. That's all I gotta say.
To be fair,
True,
these
it
are
is
all
his
things
home.
I had planned for Singborn in advance. But I mean, and he's holding a long, plain birchwood staff as he's kind of chanting over the what looks to be the amulet that you had lent him.
Hello?
Oh! Turns around, nearly knocks over one of the lamps with the staff, causing the incense to spill all over the floor. He closes
Sorry.
the robe around him. Oh, heavens to Betsy! Elena, what on earth? Oh, hello.
I just came to check on you and see if you
Yes.
found anything interesting.
Well,
I'm
no.
like, I'm making sure that it's like chest up, like that's where my vision is.
And as you are glancing chest up, you do realize he is wearing shorts.
Oh, okay.
But was wearing what appears to be a ceremonial type robe that just isn't very long.
Okay.
But he is like bare chested underneath it.
Okay.
Yes, actually, quite. There has been very little, honestly, up until last evening. But come, look. He like gestures you closer to the amulet. Do
We
you get?
also found some information about the
Oh no! Shaw,
Alright.
so take a look, You handed this to me. It had three symbols on it. Yes, it had the Ruana, the symbol of Orcus, and the symbol of Yanagu. However, now if you take a look at it, and he points to the amulet, and you see now on there still the amulet for Yanagu, the symbol for the Ruiner, but where there had been the skull of Orcus before, you now see a raven upon the medallion.
Um, that's not good. Dude, that's not good at all. So it's we believe that it's the well, we know that it's the Chained Oblivion um impersonating gods, and he's been impersonating previous three, and he has also impersonated the Raven Queen as well.
Oh well, that's wonderful. But see what I did? I was sitting here researching, and I knocked it off my table, and when I picked it up just last night, it had transformed from the symbol of Orcus to this raven.
Last
I
night.
think that knocking it off the desk must have caused something that has altered the magic in this amulet that I'm now trying to recreate it. As I was shouting at it to give me its secrets, and knocked it off the table.
Sorry,
Yes.
I'm just last night
Uh-huh.
we hopefully returned the divine spark to the Raven Queen.
Ah. That would well,
I
also
don't
make.
know how that would have changed the medallion, though.
Oh, I don't. He seems to get very frustrated and looking at the medallion again with like a new, almost ashamed now, having spent his entire evening thinking he had done something.
I mean, it could have assisted in it. I mean, I don't know what this whole situation.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm sure me knocking it off the table helped. Well, it's.
It is a bit of a conundrum in general, so I'm just making shots in the dark as well. So don't.
Oh yes,
don't
yes.
be ashamed.
Quite well. I suppose you came to retrieve it then.
No, I was just coming to see if you had gotten any more research done.
Honestly, there's nothing on this medallion. I have searched it through every lexicon that I can get my hands on through the council. I've checked with the Cobalt Soul. I've checked with the Arcana Pensophical, and I cannot find any evidence to which any of these major three cults, for lack of a better term, have ever not only coincided but existed in a time where they worked together. So this is quite an artifact in and of itself. But now, being that it has changed, has led me to believe that it is magical in its own right, at least in some regard.
Yeah. I think it might be a symbol of also what the Chained Oblivion is impersonating by chance.
Oh, potentially.
It's also do you know anything about the Chained Oblivion?
Ah, yes, the Chain Oblivion. Well, he's not only feared by the divines as we know them, he's also feared by the other betrayer gods, mostly because while many of the betrayers would seek the subjugation or other destruction of Exandria and instatement of their own regimes, the Chain Oblivion is unique that it wishes to destroy all of you, all of existence, rather. It would just as equally destroy the Nine Hells as it would the Feywild.
So he just wants total destruction.
The way that some scholars have looked at it, the chained oblivion is nothing. By which I would say he is oblivion, as the name implies, and so wishing to bring his realm would be to turn everything into oblivion.
Right?
Obliviate it all. Complete and utter destruction of everything, everywhere, at all times.
Sense in some ways. Frightening. That's what I had feared. Well, going to leave the medallion in your
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, sounds lovely. I shall continue to clumsily try things.
Don't worry, I'm trying to comes bleh, come.
Me too.
Yes. Common is hard.
Very much so.
Still have to deal with being this and bastard single. All right.
Oh yes. Sorry, I wasn't at the meeting. I did hear that you were being ambassadorized. I unfortunately have been stricken with my duties on the home front.
Do not worry, it's fine. You missed a great fight with my grandfather, so it's okay.
Aha! I love fights with your grandfather.
Well, I called him a racist, so
Oh,
it's not. It's not.
that's not
Not
wrong.
no. Yeah.
Did he
I
storm
don't-
off?
He did, of course, in very Vassar fashion. It kind of runs in the family, unfortunately.
Oh yes. Your aunt certainly does love a dramatic exit.
Yeah, then
And
you know,
you hear from downstairs, I heard that!
we love you. Well, I will leave this to you. I'm sorry that I disturbed you. You know, Chanting.
So, yes. Well, there was a great elven detective who once said, when all else fails, whatever remains, however unlikely, remains in the realm of possibility. So I figured, why not?
Life needs
never-
things to live.
What was that?
Life needs things to live, and it's
Ah,
never hurts
yes.
to try.
Quite. I think I shall actually take a break for a little while. I've been up for
Take a bath,
yes,
relax,
bath.
eat some food. My aunt's very worried that you haven't eaten, so
What do you mean? Why hasn't eaten? It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
no, it's not 4 o'clock in the morning.
That was a joke. Kitten.
I'm making sure. I just want you to be happy and healthy.
Yes. Toddle on. No.
Log elven life.
Get out of here. You're
I'm
going to
leaving,
make
I'm
me
leaving.
blush.
I'm leaving. All right. Can I call you uncle? Like, is that okay?
Oh,
Is that awkward?
but does that mean I have to call you niece?
No, you can call me Elena.
Oh, come on. Niece Elena.
Okay. Goodbye, uncle.
Goodbye, niece
Goodbye.
Elena.
I go talk a little bit with Aunt Valora, and then I go and deliver a dress.
As you go to the Anara household to deliver the dress, a rather disgruntled looking gotta get the name up in front of me again. I've got too many elven names.
It's not.
Nara family. Yulalila.
Yeah.
Opens the door, and as she opens the door, she makes eye contact with you, and her eyes go from angry looking to, I'm honestly gonna call it not disgust.
Dismissive, disappointed, disgruntled.
You know the face that Regina George has the almost entirety of Mean Girls?
Yes, the resting
That-
bitch face.
Resting bitch face. It goes from angry just to resting bitch face. I see it's back in one piece.
Your brother made me do it. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, we'll get back at him. Don't you worry. And she grabs you by the wrist and
Oh,
yanks you into the house.
No.
And that is where we'll end tonight's episode.
Oh no! What have I got myself
Hey.
into? What have I done?
Thanks for joining us.
What haven't you done?
And
That's
pick up with us next
very
week
true.
as Elena gets into the Inara family drama.
Dun, dun, dun. Like, I already have enough Rolo drama though. Like, do I need more family drama?
Well,
Of course
have a
you
good night, everybody.
Good
Thank you for
night.
joining us.
I'm going to bed.